In this video, we'll go over how to FOIL and factor for the GED. Now, how do we know that this one's a FOIL problem? Whenever you have back-to-back parentheses, it always means to multiply. And you'll always multiply 4 things out here, and that's what these letters represent. So you'll initially do the first thing here times the first thing here. That's what the F stands for. Okay, 2x times x, the same letter multiplied by the same letter, becomes squared. Then the O means we're going to multiply the outer ones. So we'll do 2x times 4. But you could do 2 times 4, 8. Keep the x, so plus 8x there. The I represents multiplying the inner two. 3 times x. Just mush them together. So that one plus 3x. And the L represents the last one here times the last one here. Multiply those, 3 times 4, so plus 12. So the first step is always multiplying everything out, but the second step is to combine like terms. In other words, you'll always combine the two things in the middle there. So you'll add the numbers in front, 8 plus 3, keep the x, so plus 11x there. Drop down the first thing, drop down the last thing, and believe it or not, that's it. That's the final answer. So same thing as D there. So just as a reminder, that's what the F, O, I, and L stand for. First multiplied together, the outer ones, the inner ones, and the last ones there. Let's practice. Let's say we multiply these out. Another way that they could ask this is, what is the product of this and this? Product means the same thing as multiply. So therefore, we know we could just mush them together. Okay, let's do the first times the first. But just as a reminder, again, 3 times 2, 6, but x times x, just keep that handy. It's going to become squared, so 6x squared. Let's do the outer ones, 3x times y. But again, just kind of put them all together, so plus 3xy. They'll always put them in alphabetical order there. Okay, we're ready for the inner ones now. Negative y times 2x. When you have this subtraction sign, it actually means this is negative. And a negative times a positive is going to become a negative. Then you just put number in front, letters next, and that's it. And then the last two multiplied. We got a negative y times a positive y. It's the same letter times the same letter. It's going to become squared, but a negative times a positive, it becomes a negative there, so minus that. Okay, we're ready to combine the two inner terms now. And 3, but minus 2, we just get 1. So 1xy in the middle. When you just have a 1 in front of anything, they'll always just remove it and call it the same thing as just xy in the middle. So therefore, C, same thing as what we got. Okay, instead of learning a whole new technique, in order to factor on the GED, you could just use the answers and FOIL them out. And we just want to find out which one becomes the same thing as this. So let's take A, and let's go ahead and FOIL it. 3x times x, that'll be 3x squared. Then the outer ones, 3x times 4, plus 12x. Negative 5 times x, negative 5x. And negative 5 times 4, negative 20. From there, we'll combine the middle two, 12 minus 5. That gets us a positive 7. But notice we wanted to get a negative 7. So we're very close, but not quite. So unfortunately, it's not A. But if everything is correct except the middle terms, all you need to do is the old switcheroo. Make this one negative, make this one positive, and then this should be it. So B should be our answer here. Let's check it. Let's FOIL it out. 3x times x, 3x squared. 3x times negative 4, a positive times a negative, so negative 12x. Then 5 times x plus 5x, and 5 times negative 4, negative 20 at the end. But this will do it because negative 12 plus 5, that'll keep us in the negatives, and that'll give us the same thing as this. So don't worry about memorizing a whole new technique. Just work on your foiling, and you can do any factor problem here. And one last one here. We know it's asking for the product. In other words, we're going to multiply them together, so we'll just put them back to back. Okay, let's do 2x times x, 2x squared, then 2x times -3, -6x, then distribute the -6 times x, -6x, and here we get a negative times a negative. So this is the first time we're seeing that. That will become a positive. And then 6 times 3, 18, so plus 18 there. Okay, combining the middle terms, we start at -6 on the number line, but then you go to the left 6, so you get to -12. And that'll be the same thing as A. It's got the right middle term, first and last, both looking good. So there we have it. So let me know what other questions and issues you run into with foiling and factoring. You got these. We'll see you in the next video. Toodles.